This is Ace with RockRevolt magazine, and I'm here with Mr. Brian Tatler of Diamond Head. How are you this afternoon, sir? Well, it's afternoon for me anyway. How are you this evening?
No, it's afternoon here as well, because I'm in Springfield. Where are we? Oklahoma. Missouri. Yeah, I'm in Springfield, so it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time. It's a nice sunny day.
You're sitting about 3 hours south of where I'm sitting right now, actually. We're pretty close.
Right, there you go.
Right on. Well, good deal. So, yeah, like you said, you are over here. You're actually on your way. Going to be playing Rocklahoma this weekend, Sunday night.
Yes.
Going to be
Saturday night.
Saturday night? Oh, okay. You know what? On here it said Sunday. What in the heck? I'm looking at the wrong day.
We're on the Saturday, yes. We're going down tomorrow because Def Leppard are playing on the Friday. And we all fancied watching Def Leppard, so we've got some tickets to go. And on the Friday, we're playing on the Saturday.
Right. Well, that'll be nice. It'll also give you guys a chance to, get together, kill some time, enjoy yourselves instead of just rush in and rush out.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, a little bit of band bonding time. Yes, don't happen that often, funny enough.
Right. No, especially I'm sure because with you guys touring, everybody touring so much as they do, it's probably the only time you do get to see each other is when you are passing through at festivals like this.
Yeah. I mean, or if we have a day off. I mean, we had a day off yesterday, but it was spent in the van for 10 hours, so it wasn't a proper, day off where we could have a drink or anything.
Right. It may have been a day off, but it was a travel day more than a day off.
Indeed. It was a travel day.
Well, you guys are going to be bringing that old school English metal over here to the Midwest and showing us all how it was done and where a lot of the influences of today's metal come from. Being an influence on so many bands that you guys have been throughout the years, I mean, it's got to be a great feeling, man, and to see it carried on. I mean, how does all these years that Diamond Head's recognized for all their influences and inspiration. I mean, it's got to feel great.
Yes, it is nice to be considered an influential band. It sort of it justifies all the work that went into those songs back in the early 80s, and but they're still alive now, and people still want to listen to them. And as you say, we've influenced some big bands. It is satisfying. We didn't completely disappear. We've had an impact. We've been a part of this journey that rock is on from the blues and rock and roll right up to the metal of today.
Right, yeah, you guys, like you say, you kind of bridged that gap from, coming out of, the 60s leading into the 70s where it did kind of get that bluesy rock, and then you had that punk mixed in there, and then just, bam, that in the late 70s, early 80s, that just metal that you guys put out, and a lot of it came out of the UK. I mean, you guys are... it was born there, so I mean that's all you guys.
It's right. Well, we had Black Sabbath, of course, before us.
Sure,
and that was a big influence. And then, of course, punk rock happened right when I was learning to play the guitar, and it was a big kick in the pants. Really, punk rock was a kind of do it yourself, get on stage, go now. Don't wait to become technically brilliant like the previous generation of rock players. It was just go. There was the famous cover of a magazine in the UK, and it said something like, "Here's one chord, here's two more. Now go form a band."
Kind of poking fun at him a little bit.
I think the punk rock thing definitely had an impact on Diamond Head, and I used to listen to things like the John Peel Show, and it kind of gave us a kick back then, and made it probably faster. I think we put a bit more speed back into rock.
Right, which gave birth to the whole thrash era, that they like to call that. Yeah, that was kind of, you laid the groundwork for the thrash, and like you mentioned, Black Sabbath, they were, they were that bridge with mixing blues and metal, because they had a bluesy sound with that metal mixed in. Yeah, so most definitely.
The especially if you listen to the first album, you can tell that kind of heavied up. I mean, Zeppelin as well, but that heavy blues, haven't they? Cream, Hendrix, then you've got, Sabbath and Zeppelin, and you can see where it's going into into the 70s. And we, obviously we took our leave from bands like that, but gave it, like an adrenaline shot, really. I sometimes think it's because we were only interested in writing our own material. So when going in front of a new audience who didn't know any of your songs, we soon realized that the fast songs were more impressive and would go down better than any slow kind of ballady type songs. And we just concentrated on the energy of a live performance and trying to win over crowds.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And writing those faster, those heavier songs that, everybody gets moving and all it does is provide energy. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked for us. That's what we did.
Now, you think, 30 plus years later and then some that, playing all those faster songs, now you're on stage and you're like, man, why did we make these songs so fast? Did you ever have that moment pop in your head?
I don't really. I'm grateful for them, really. I mean, when the crowd know Helpless or The Prince or Am I Evil or something, then it's great that they know them, really. I can still play them. We enjoy them. We're grateful for them to be in set. I'm not at the stage where I've got, arthritis or anything and I couldn't play, fortunately. So, bring it on. It's good. We're not as fast as some bands either.
Yeah.
We're probably in between some of the more extreme fast bands.
Right. Yeah. No, I was just saying that. Just that you look back, it's like, damn, man, that stuff's fast. But of course, I'm sure it's probably like riding a bike. Your hands are probably so trained to it that it probably is nothing to you. It's probably just like, yeah, man, let's do this all day long.
Yeah, it is a bit. You do get used to it, and it becomes second nature to play certain licks because you've played them so many times. I've been playing these songs for 35 years, so I've got the hang of them now.
Right. And now, after you guys, yeah, exactly. I mean, and like you said, you brought, songs like Am I Evil? That's, the very first song that introduced me to Diamond Head, and of course I heard it through Metallica.
Yes, of course.
And then I
learned so many others.
Right. But then I learned, I was like, man, that was a cover. And then I went back, and on my MP3 player, anywhere I have my music, it's your version, Metallica's version, both neck and neck, right beside each other. And it doesn't matter which one comes on; they're both just phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. I mean, their version's powerful. It's a little faster, a little tighter. It's probably got a touch more vocal melody, so they're both good versions. It's such a strong song; it can stand being covered. I've heard it covered by several bands over the years, and I always think it sounds good. It's such a strong riff, and it's got great dynamics. That song is.
Yeah, absolutely. The opening to that song.
It's very hard to write like that. What's that, sorry?
So the opening to that song, I mean, that's just it's an iconic opening, like you said, just the different tones, the different sounds, the different, you guys break it up so much, and it's just got so much to the opening of that song. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like 8 minutes long live, and it goes through time signature changes and different movements, and it keeps you interested. It is an exciting track.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still enjoy playing it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm sure it's probably something we're going to get to hear Saturday night, yes?
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm pretty excited about it. What's that?
Yeah. Unless they pull the plug on us.
Oh, no, I don't see that happening. That happening. But you guys look like you have a pretty fun summer ahead of you. You guys are going to, leave here, bounce around Europe all summer, and just play festivals all over the place.
We have put quite a lot on. We're playing right up to December this year, and we're busy trying to write songs for the next album as well at the same time. So, yeah, it is busy. Right.
Absolutely. Now, on a more somber note, there's been a couple passings in the last week in the rock community. One, which is very, very well known, of course, Chris Cornell of Soundgarden. But there's another one that's more behind the scenes that a lot of people don't really know about, and that's Dave Nichols,
That's right, yeah.
Who's a very good friend of yours. Worked a lot with you guys. Recently, well known for working with Slipknot and a bunch of bands like that. But like I said, he was more behind the scenes, and I know you guys are really close friends. Tell the people more about let them know a little bit more about Dave and why that was such a big loss for the community.
I mean, he was a brilliant sound engineer, and he's worked with so many of the top bands. He's been at the top of his game for a good 20 years. So, I've known him 30 years, and I know his family. He had 4 daughters, and he had grandchildren, and he was so proud of his daughters and his grandchildren. He would show little pictures and tell little stories. So he was torn in a way between being on the road and making money and wanted to kind of be at home, and he never got to retire and spend that time that with his family that he probably would have liked to have done. He was always so in demand. We used to, he'd do Diamond Head live, or we'd get him to record, engineer an album and stuff like that. When we could get him, we'd try and fit in around his diary sometimes, and he'd always be my first port of call if we needed a sound engineer, because he's not only was he great at his job, he was such a lovely guy, so modest, so very funny, and no hassle, just get on with doing your job, ultra professional. So a huge loss, and I've heard some lovely eulogies about him already from different people and different bands. So none of us expected it. I knew he'd gone into hospital for some tests, and that's all I knew, and so it's come as a huge shock.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, sir, I can tell you, I know I'm pretty excited to see you guys on Saturday night. I know there's thousands of other people, thousands upon thousands that are going to be ready to see you guys as well. You guys have safe journeys, and is there anything you want to just say to the fans before we let you get along about with your day?
Just come and check it out. Hopefully, we'll be back over in August, September, and we'll be doing more dates in America and Canada. And if you haven't heard the new album yet, self-titled album, have a listen to it, or get hold of the copy if you can, because you may just like it.
Right on. Well, absolutely. Well, sir, I greatly appreciate your time. Brian, we'll see you Saturday night, and hopefully we cross paths this weekend, and I can at least shake your hand and say hi. So. Okay. Hi, that'd be nice. All right, sir. Let's do that. All right, sir. Well, again, safe travel, sir, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you Saturday night. Okay. Yeah, see you Saturday. Okay, cheers. All right, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.